Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we'd be taking a look at the finished kit of Takom's 1/16 Wiesel Mark 20. Now from the get-go you could see that this kit, despite being in 1/16, is relatively small. And that's okay because it is about accurate since the Wiesel is small. But it's a cute kit nonetheless. Now, you'd be thinking, what are the prominent features? Now, honestly, it's the whole thing. Firstly, you have here its imposing Mark 20 autocannon. Now, one thing I did notice, quite particular to this one, is that you can open this, or at least if you do not cement it down, you can open these panels right here and see some of the interior of the gun mechanism. Now, like I mentioned, there are two ammo boxes. One is for AP and the other is for HE. And you can see right here that for the side view mirrors, I did try to use a reflective film for it, and it works to some degree. Now going around here, you can see Pioneer tools right here, two pieces here. Then the straightforward running gear. The tracks were a treat to build. They were pretty much straightforward, and I had no problems getting them together, and they are still workable. However, I would avoid trying to move them as much as you might end up snapping the joints right here. Now the periscopes, as you can see right here, they are all clear parts. Actually, most of the vision ports, there's one right here, and also here. Those are clear parts. Also these ones, and also this, and the headlights. So most of these are clear parts and they come together quite nicely, so you just have to be masking them off. Now for the front, you could see that there are also Pioneer tools here. Now I did not paint them in the camo scheme, just to add variance to the front of the hull. Lifting this up, it's pretty much a straightforward look in front. This is the plate number for the Wiesel and also tactical markings. So this is from a Fallschirmjäger battalion. This whole strip right here, they're all PE parts, and they cover the exhaust mechanism that you would see exit right here. Behind this, there is also a fine PE mesh that you would have to take care of when building this entire segment. Now coming around the rear, there are more PE parts for this one, but the rest are just as is. If you noticed, the flags and the extended parts of the antenna, I simply scratch built myself and also printed some on paper, just to add a little more variance to the Wiesel. Now I really couldn't say a lot when it comes to challenges with the build, as most of these are actually very big parts, and I am somewhat used to building with smaller parts since 135 is my mainstay. So having this was quite a refresher. Oh yes, I suddenly remembered, now when assembling the gun, there are quite a number of parts, although it's already covered because of this piece, but there are quite a number of parts for the assembly of this area, or at least the main part. So you would have to keep an eye out when you're constructing the main part of the gun. And then as for this, the gun can actually elevate, as you can see right there. This piece right here is a metal tube that you attach to a plastic beam as well. And Takom wants you to melt some pinheads right here and then also here behind to secure this hydraulic arm right here. Also the same goes for the one on the right. As you can see, the gun can elevate and depress with perfect ease. The ammo belts are made of vinyl material, if I'm not mistaken. So at least when you're moving it up and down, you could see it conforms to the shape and you wouldn't have to worry about breaking it. Again, one must be careful when playing around with the tracks, as although they come together quite easily, you can also run the risk of breaking the track joints right here. But overall, you can see right there, it's a straightforward build. Most of the PE parts come around this area. This one. These flaps right here. Also here. And there's one PE part here. And about 4 PE parts right here. So those elevated triangles that you can see right there, they are all photo etched parts. Now, like I read in one review of this kit, the main downside for the front hull detailing would be this. So the straps for the stowage, they are already molded in. So you could probably scrape that off and then make your own using perhaps foil or other thin fabric or material. The side view mirrors are a nice touch to the kit. You have a lot of liberty when trying to recreate perhaps a real or at least a somewhat working side view mirror. I'm not sure if it was because of how my kit was packaged or it's actually the manufacturer's fault, but when you do clamp down this top end or this front end of the hull, this entire back panel is just elevated a little. So we just have to secure this down first, and then once you're gluing this, be sure to clamp it down. But that's about it for the fitting issues. The rest just come together quite nicely, and you would have very little challenges along the way. Now, would I recommend this kit? I would surely do, especially for those who are Bundeswehr enthusiasts such as myself, or anyone looking to get into bigger scale models such as 1/16. And that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up, but if you didn't, leave a thumbs down. And let me know down in the comments below what you think of this tank, the kit, or any feedback in general. And also, I noticed that a lot of you, or a lot of my dear viewers, aren't subscribed to the channel. If you aren't, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would really help the channel grow. And as always, stay safe, keep modeling, and until next time, goodbye.